So we're out here at Matthew Shepard Memorial Triangle. This is where the LGBT community of West Hollywood gathers whenever we have a bashing or any form of violence or brutality against our community. And obviously the incident that occurred in Portland, Texas sort of resonates with a lot of people here because we're constantly on guard for hate crimes in West Hollywood. And even though we're a sanctuary where 40% of the population is gay, the reality is you go 20 miles in any direction and it suddenly is not as gay friendly as West Hollywood is. So, you know, out of empathy, out of compassion, out of, respect and feelings for the two young women that were involved in the incident, we are gathering here tonight. And we'll continue to talk about it through the week to heighten public awareness about why this tragedy is our tragedy. I mean, anytime on the national stage when there's an LGBT tragedy, I think people in West Hollywood own it as our own, being one of those central cities or communities that's identified as an LGBT center. And so we'll be out here and, of course, to constantly remind ourselves to be on guard against bashers and hate crimes that could also happen here in the city of West Hollywood.
Do you know what the story is behind what happened to these two girls?
I know that it was in Texas, and these two girls were just in a park, and they were showing affection. And that was a Saturday, and then Sunday morning they found this young girl, Mollie Olgin. They found her dead with a gunshot wound to the head, and this young girl. Then now they call her Kristen, her friends. But Mary Kristene was shot also in the head, and she lays in a hospital in stable condition, and she is paralyzed for the left side of her body. And she is getting to remember some things, and her brother made an announcement today saying that she remembers the attack, but they're not releasing any information right now until they do an investigation. 18 and 19, and everybody accepted their relationship. So, their families accepted them. Their friends accepted them. All the people that have gone on camera and on TV have said that they've been a great couple, and they love their friends, and they love to play jokes on their friends. They're kids. They're 18 and 19. They're young adults. They should have had a chance to get in and live and love and be happy. There has been a lot of people beaten up. There's a lot of people that are afraid to admit who they are to other family and friends because families disown other family members just on the love, just for somebody who wants to go ahead and love one another. So there has been such a strong amount of hatred just because of, like I said, who I sleep with. I don't judge other people who they sleep with. Why does it matter who I sleep with? It doesn't change who I am, the characteristics of who I am.
But it's always a reminder for those of us, I think, who are older in life to remember that we have all these young people who are coming out in high school, in middle school, a lot younger maybe than when we came out, and we have to be the ones there to sort of protect them as our family as well. Not only do they have their biological families, but they're also part of our family as well. So I think it's important to recognize that and just realize that homophobia, racism, sexism, all the isms, they don't just go away because there's a civil rights movement going on.
The use of the Bible as a club, the use of a handful of scriptures as justification to condemn us and marginalize us and beat us, kill us. And that's why it's important to be out here, even if there's only 6 of us, when something like this happens. We fight so hard for the right to be married and the right to climb the corporate ladder and join the 1%. And our little brothers and sisters are still killing themselves, hanging themselves in the hall closet or being shot in their local park for expressing their affections. We have a long way to go. We've come a long way, but as long as the church continues to tell people that we're condemned by God, that we're an abomination, these kinds of things are going to happen.
12 years ago, I moved to Texas, and it was my girlfriend at the time said, "Don't hold my hand because we can get shot." And I said, "Shot? Why?" And they said, "Because gays and lesbians are not accepted in society." And I said, "But that's ridiculous. So who has a right to say how I live my life? They're not paying my bills. How does anybody say that?" And she said, "That's just the way that the community is. We're like second-class citizens."
Reading on the internet that July 3rd will be a kind of national day where a lot of cities will be conducting vigils like this one. Hopefully we'll be back here on July 3rd. San Francisco, of course, moved first, and had their vigil up and yesterday, I believe, and we want to just show that we're with the young women. There's all the flying candles, and that the gay community is responsive and alert to these kinds of threats.
A hate is a hate, whether you're Jewish, whether you're black, whether you're Hispanic, whether you're lesbian, whether you're gay, whether you're a transgender. Love should just be love. Everybody should be allowed to love who they want to love. There should be no hate regarding this. So, you know, there's just too much hate in the world. There's not enough love in the world. So we need to get ahead and really realize that what does it matter? It's not who I am, it's just my choice of who I want to love. Nobody has a right to say anything about that but me and the person that I want to be with.